Hi everyone, this is Erica Sabo. Welcome back to another episode of MindBit. Hey everyone, I hope you're well. So today is a very special day. I am actually going to be reviewing a game that's very near and dear to me, and a game I've been waiting for a very long time now, and that game is Bravely Default. So having played the demo and leaving my impressions in a past video, this full release is very different. I got to spend a lot of time with the game actually. I got a week ahead of time. And it's very different. So I decided to put together a review for all of you to give you an idea on the game and whether or not you should pick it up. So here's what I thought. Bravely Default follows the story of Tiz, a humble shepherd and lone survivor of a cataclysmic event in his hometown Norende, Agnes, the vestal and protector of the Wind Crystal, Adia, daughter of the head of the ruling council of Eternia, who has recently turned traitor, and Ringabel, an amnesiac man of mystery. Together these four are on a mission to save the world after an ominous evil seeks to overcome the four great crystals, the heart of the world. Now, Bravely Default is a traditional turn-based JRPG infused with a job system very similar to Final Fantasy V. It also introduces a really cool battle system, really strategic battle system, known as Brave Default, and to be honest, it's probably one of my favorites since the ATB system in Final Fantasy VI. In Brave Default, you use stock points called BP, which you can use to gain extra turns each round. When using Default, a turn is skipped in order to stock BP and is a more defensive state, while Brave uses that BP in order to take two actions that turn, but may leave you open and defenseless next turn. The battle system, as you can imagine, offers lots of strategic options depending on your playstyle. It's inviting and challenging without being too complex, which in my opinion is the perfect marriage. You even have the option to speed up battle animations in case it ever gets too grating, which we all know is infamous of the genre. In addition, you also have access to another feature in battle known as Bravely Second. In Bravely Second, you can pause time, deal more damage, even if you don't have the BP to do so. Bravely Second consumes SP points or sleep points, which you can replenish by putting your 3DS to sleep. You can get a max of 3 SP, with 1 replenishing in 8 hours of sleep. Now, it's not really a feature I use often. I think I only used it once just to see what it was like, but if you've spent like 30 minutes in a boss battle, which will happen very early on, and you're hurting, this will definitely help you out. As though the game wasn't already customizable enough, you can also change the battle speed, difficulty, and counter rate on the fly. You can even summon friends' characters into battle whenever you need it. Now, while Bravely Default harkens back to a lot of classic, traditional turn-based JRPGs, it also welcomes a lot of newcomers and takes the genre to new heights. Will Bravely Default change the way we think of traditional turn-based JRPGs? Yeah, I think so. As I mentioned a bit before in my preview of the game, there's also a village building system within, which you can do at your leisure, but proves to be a huge asset the more time you put into it. Here you can build and level up shops, which allows you to access different items, armor, weapons, etc. in the game. The more people you have in your village, which you can add using Street Pass, the more people you can put towards a shop, and the less time it'll take to level up that shop. Just like the Brave Default system, village building is a time-oriented feat where you must manage that time accordingly to get the most benefits. In terms of story, it's very much on the traditional side of things. That's not to say it's bad, and it's a fantasy game through and through, but it features conventions we've already seen time and time again. Keep in mind, I still have hours and hours to go in my playthrough, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Even so, the characters themselves are compelling, and getting to know them and watching them banter is something I've grown to really love about this game. One of my favorite characters in the game so far is Agnes, and I think that's because she resembles other characters I very much love, and those are Princess Garnet from Final Fantasy IX and Yuna from Final Fantasy X. Not only are they each of some form of nobility, but they also harbor a lot of guilt from events that were out of their control, but are dead set on making right. While they do each live very sheltered upbringings, they're each very determined, kind-hearted, and strive to see the good in other people. Now, Agnes has changed a lot in the course of the game and has gained a lot of confidence in herself, but I've yet to see where that's going to take her and how much more she'll transform. I think that Garnet and Yuna are really huge role models for me and really were growing up, and they helped me become the person I am today, and I really think that Agnes will follow suit. Now, the audio is very hit or miss depending on what we're talking about. If we're talking about voice acting, it's very shaky. Sometimes the voice acting is really great, but most of the time it's not. I was actually very conflicted as to whether I should mute the voices or I should keep them. In the end, I decided to keep them because it adds a little bit of extra to the gameplay, but for the most part, it's really overdone. So just get ready for that. Now, if we're talking about the background music, it's something else entirely, and it's amazing. I think Rebo has done a really amazing job with this soundtrack, and as crazy as it sounds, I really think that it made the experience as compelling as it is. It's very enchanting going to each city, each locale, and experiencing this beautiful, luscious, rich music. So it's definitely something you have to see for yourself. The artwork is another feature I absolutely adored. Whether we're talking the cute yet classic character designs or beautifully hand-drawn cities and towns, each locale has a life of its own and keeps things interesting and colorful. I found myself excited each and every time I came across something new. Overall, Bravely Default is an amazing game, and I haven't beaten it, so please do take that with a grain of salt. But this is very much the game I've been dreaming of playing for years and years and years. The sheer amount of things you can do and see in this game is just plain insane, and the way it defies gameplay conventions is something I'm really hoping other game developers in the genre will consider doing with their games as well. I'm really excited to see where this journey takes me, and I really, truly hope that you join me in the adventure. So if you want to check out Bravely Default for yourself, you can get the regular edition, you can get the collector's edition, whichever you do. You're gonna like it, I think. I really do. And please let me know in the comments below what you think of it if you are playing it, or what you're wondering about, if you have any questions. I won't really give any spoilers in terms of like the different jobs it has to offer, but I will give you some useful information if you need it. So stay tuned very soon for the collector's edition unboxing. I'm super excited for this. I'm gonna be picking it up right after this video, actually. And I really actually hope you enjoyed this review. I tried to make something a bit more in-depth and just to give you a better idea of the game itself. So I hope you enjoyed. Please tune in again very soon, okay? Alright, peace.